Hey guys, hello everyone. Now, let me tell you about another really cool thing that will allow you to thoroughly analyze the complexities of the financial market, spot specific inefficiencies, and truly understand exactly where the crowd is overestimating or underestimating the price, so you can step in and take full advantage of these various inefficiencies. Let's switch over together and take a much closer look at what is happening on the screen right now. Okay, before we dive in, let me quickly say a few more words about our professional trading terminal. For Polymarket, it's a great and convenient application, universal for working with Polymarket markets, manual trading, buying, rating, trading, and scalping. Everything you need is available in just one simple click. Experience advanced spread trading, comprehensive market analysis, and highly accurate predictions of future outcomes. There are also sophisticated signal bots. Everything, absolutely everything you could want is found in this one single project. Simply go to PolyMaker.ai right now and start using it. You will find that most of the professional services we offer are designed for your success. A free trial period. You can try out how it all works. So let's transition our focus over to AI market prediction. This is precisely the kind of advanced predictive tool that systematically gathers vast amounts of data, carefully analyzes it, makes detailed forecasts, and identifies hidden inefficiencies within the global markets. It carefully analyzes and draws insightful conclusions about exactly what the collective crowd is currently thinking and what would actually be perfectly logical for us to understand about this market at these specific prices. Let's see how it works. Let's probably select a specific market to examine together. Well, I like this one, this market. The average number of ships transiting through the Hormuz Strait until the end of June. Here we have all of these different potential outcomes. These outcomes. Let's try giving this market to the AI. Let's allow the artificial intelligence to try it out. In order to perform a detailed analysis for this specific purpose on our terminal, every single market features a button like this, and we simply need to press it. A section opens up, and in market prediction, we select the desired market. Here it is, it's automatically filled in. If the same market appears just with different outcomes, you can choose any of them. Because the analysis will be done for all outcomes, just select any. For example, this one. Choose the report language, then click Generate Report. That's it. Here you get a status update that it's loading and analyzing. All of this will run in the background. You can close this, leave, do your own things, and then come back later. Just click on the History tab here. All your analyses that you have requested will be here. Here is the latest one, currently with the status in process. As soon as it's finished, it will be available here for viewing. For now, it's still loading, still loading. That's it. Let's take a look at an example of one that's already ready, just to see what it actually looks like. Let's check it out this way. The most popular box office film in 2026. So, what do we have, or what are the verdicts? Ishka tells us that the film Spider-Man currently has a price of 66, but Ishka believes its fair price is 89. So looking at the data, we can actually buy it right now at $66 because Ishka firmly believes that the true fair market price should be around 89. Spider-Man is undervalued. At the same time, so the recommendation is buy ES, but at the same time the film's Doomsday and that story, he thinks you should buy now, but because at the moment, if it's overvalued, that's why you should buy. But let's see what conclusions he draws from this. Well, that is, he is the very first to start. So, the analysis of the rules, because in almost 50% of cases, the entire meaning of the result is already there. It's all hidden. Depending on the condition specified, the result can change drastically. Then he goes through it, he does an analysis. Well, in general, I won't reread all of this to you right now. What's the key point? Why does he do such an analysis? It's very simple. These movies, this movie, and I think also Super Mario, right? They only come out in mid-December. And that's why well, physically, simply due to the time frame, they just won't have time in those last 2 weeks. Of the 26th year, they won't have time to become the highest grossing films. But the movie Spider-Man, on the other hand, is coming out. Let me tell you when. The release is July 31st, 2026. It already has record-breaking pre-sales with opening weekend projections of $250 million. That's why it has an 89% chance of winning, so the market has underestimated Spider-Man. The crowd is betting at 65%. That's fair. Ishka thinks it's 89, so that's a gap of 23.5 points. Yes, so it's clear that you need to buy. Spider-Man is at the same time for us, but let's look at other options. Let's switch and see. So if that's the case, market structure and its foundations, yes, comprehensive technical analysis, fundamental analysis, specific trade resolution rules and protocols, the intricate dynamics of market psychology, collective crowd psychology, advanced mathematical analysis, and complex gap analysis techniques. Here's the summary table before we get some sleep. Dermanova Troinik says 65, Ishka thinks 89. So we need to buy. And at the same time, Doomsday, the market thinks 13.5, while Yishka thinks 1.5. So if it's highly overestimated, that means we buy no. The same thing. And so on. For all the others, you see the same thing. At the very end, Yishka always gives out these kinds of trading. He provides detailed recommendations, exactly which assets you should buy, up to what specific values you should hold them, and precisely how much capital to bring in. He covers roughly how long the process will take and so on. So you can accurately estimate and look at all of this information. He has already thoroughly explained it all to you. So for Spider-Man, we buy at 65, the target is 89. For Doomsday we buy, but at 86, the target is 98. For that story, 89, we buy, the target is 95. But and so on and so forth. That is essentially the fundamental way that it works for every single individual market across the board. You can analyze it. Let's see, maybe it's already ready over there. Let's check. They're still working on it. Let's wait until it's finished and then we'll take a look. Here, with this analysis, is the average number of ships per day until the end of June. So for now, I am going to take a brief pause right here, and we will come back to you when absolutely everything is fully prepared and ready to go. Okay guys, the final report has been completed and is now ready for us. So let us go ahead and get started with the review. Let's click and take a look. Well, now the results here are, of course, absolutely breathtaking and stunning to look at. Alright, let's get straight to the results, so that we don't end up dragging this process out. Now moving on to the actual trading recommendation. What exactly is it that Ishka is telling us today? It believes that the arithmetic mean, the moving average, I would say, of the number of ships passing per day until the end of June will not exceed 20 ships. That is, it gives a 28% probability for the 0 to 10 range and a 44% probability for the 10 to 20 range. From this, it follows that the 0 to 10 range is extremely undervalued. Right now, the market values it at 1.5. If you think so, that's 28 cents. And when looking at the 10 to 20 range, in other words, the current market sentiment now values it at 5 and considers that to be 44%, or roughly 44 cents per share. So that is essentially what it means in this context. Major discrepancies. From this, it follows that accordingly the higher ranges from 20 to 40, from 40 to 60 are also currently overvalued by the market. Yes is overvalued, therefore you should buy no. And here is one of the main deals that the AI recommends to us, is this 40 to 60 range. You need to buy no, because right now no is at 63, while the real probability given by the AI Therefore, the range is 95, meaning we buy at 63 for 95 cents. This is the actual value that the AI considers. So this is what we arrive at, and as a result, we get a return of plus 50% in 15 days. If you take the time to carefully read through the entire report in detail, you will find that every single point is explained quite thoroughly there. Right now, we simply don't have enough time to go through all of it together. So I will provide a brief but clear explanation to you now regarding exactly why the artificial intelligence system arrived at this specific conclusion. What's the main point? The market is making a mistake. The crowd on average has placed 85.5% on the scenario of recovery to pre-war levels. That's more than 60 ships per day. Moreover, in the same report, the AI tells us that 93 ships is the maximum average daily transit that has ever occurred. And simultaneously, the AI is informing us specifically that most likely there will be between 0 and 20 ships per day with a probability of 72%. If we add the probabilities of 28 and 44, we get 72%. Why did the AI decide this way? The very first reason is the arithmetic of the moving average. The average is calculated for June 24th through 30th, but it starts from a low base. Right now, according to open sources, as of June 21st, there are 5 ships passing per day. To get into the same range of 20 to 40, you would need explosive and sustained recovery within a week, from 5 to 20 ships per day, which is basically unrealistic in just 1 week. As they say, this isn't just sending cars through a tunnel. These are huge ships. Second, the main channel is mined. The central fairway is physically closed. About 80 mines are located in this fairway. And on average, according to expert estimates, it will take 40 to 50 days just for demining. Therefore, the throughput capacity is limited, plus the source is undercounting. According to Portwatch, which is what the market is allowed to use, it is directly stated in the conditions that the figures will be based specifically on Portwatch. It shows figures lower than those from Word News and so on. And the rules prohibit referencing a higher source, so the final number is shifted downward. Why is the crowd mistaken? Why do people think this way? It's the effect of fresh headlines. We've all recently heard headlines like, the deal is signed, tanker traffic is surging, and so on. People extrapolate this spike to these large numbers. In reality, it's impossible to reach these numbers quickly, within a week. So from this, it follows that these probabilities are certainly tempting. Yes, I mean, if you really manage to get in here at 0.10 and buy at 1.5, that's a huge multiple. But still, it's risky. If you want to participate in this deal with minimal risk, maximally minimal risk, then you should aim for 95% certainty. So, buy the new ones and you'll get your 58% in 15 days. I might actually put in a good amount in this particular deal. Specifically in this position from 40 to 60, but 100%, this won't happen in a week. There's just no way to jump over the mines. So it's all a matter of not being quick. Not to mention, even according to the news here, something opens today and then closes again tomorrow. They won't be able to reach an agreement there for a very long time yet. So that's how it is, guys. That's how every market works. We can analyze it this way. Go ahead, give it a try. Please, just go ahead and feel free to try out our terminal right now, okay? All of our main professional services are fully available for you to use right here. Now, for the special free trial version, we have decided to increase each service to 5 free attempts. You can analyze 5 different markets, and you can also analyze 5 specific whale wallets. I am absolutely certain and fully confident that this will bring you the most substantial and life-changing benefits imaginable, and you will be able to generate a consistent and significant stream of income from this in a remarkably short period of time. Well, that's about it. I hope you found it interesting. Please subscribe, like, and I'll continue to introduce you and immerse you in the intricacies of working with prediction markets. That's all. Goodbye, everyone.